Hey guys, welcome back to Desi Kitchen. Today we're making waffles. So here are the ingredients for the waffles. So we've got 1 egg, 225 grams of self-flour. You can use plain flour, but self-raising flours are not better. Here we've got 1 teaspoon of sugar, 250 ml of milk, 50 grams of butter, half teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of oil. We've got this brush, which is really good for spreading the oil around on our waffle maker, which is really cute, and you can buy it from eBay, Amazon, online. You can also find it at some shops, really cheap. And then we have our bowl for mixing. So now we're going to mix in our 225 grams of our self-raising flour with our milk. So first you want to pour the flour. I say for now just put half in, just in case. You might not need all of it. And then you want to pour milk in just little bit by little. So you can mix it in thoroughly just in case your mixture isn't too watery. I'm using a wooden spoon, but you can also use a whisk or an electrical whisk depending on what you like to use or what you prefer. Add a bit more milk. We're going to keep on doing this until we have a smooth texture. So it should be nice and sort of cakey. So now you can see our mixture. You can probably still see that there's little bits in it, but that's okay because we're going to add the rest of our ingredients and then we should be able to get rid of all the bits. So first we're going to add our 50 grams of butter. It should be melted, but you can also just use some normal cooled butter. But melted butter is a lot better. So let's just mix this in and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients after. It doesn't have to be thoroughly mixed in, as we're going to properly mix it in after. So now we're going to mix in our egg. We've already cracked it, as you can see. If you just want to add the yolk, that's also okay as well. It can sort of make it a bit more fluffy, but it's a lot easier this way. Okay, let's quickly add in our sugar and our vanilla syrup. You'll need about a teaspoon of the vanilla syrup, that's quite strong, and then you want to mix everything thoroughly together until you make a paste with no lumps or bumps in it. Hey guys, so this is the batter in its like sort of final result. So we've turned on the machine, and you might want to leave it for 1-2 minutes just so it gets hot, but we've already done that, so we're going to get started right away. So you just want to open your machine and you want to be careful not to touch it as it's very hot. So first you want to get your oil and you want to get your brush, which is very good for putting in the machine, and you sort of want to spread it around all over. Make sure you get it on all the nooks and crannies. So you want to do it on both sides as it can turn out to be a lot easier. So there you go. Yeah, that looks good. You don't want to put too much, obviously, as that can sort of turn out in a bad way. So, yeah. So you want to probably add around about 1 to 2 spoons of this. So we're just going to add 1 for now. You want to add it sort of fast because it starts cooking pretty much right away. So you want to leave it in there for about 2 minutes. So we're just going to shut this and leave it for 2 minutes now. So guys, here it's finally done. So let's just open it and have a look. It's a golden brown. It smells delicious and it looks great. So we're just going to remove it and place it into our plate. So I'm going to just use a knife. So try to lift it up from the sides. And I'm just going to sort of try to pick it up. Make sure to do this with your parents as it can be very hot. So try not to burn yourself. If you can't pick it up with your hands, then I suggest picking it up with a knife or a fork, sort of help you pick it up. So we're going to make another one. And I'll show you that in just a moment. So now we're going to pour in the rest of our ingredients to make a couple more pancakes, and then we'll show you how to sort of style and decorate them. So just going to pour a little bit. You don't want to pour too much as it can overflow. So just want to let that sort of spread all over. And pour a bit more. Yeah, that should be good. All right, so now you're just going to close it and let that sort of set. You might want to hold it and set a timer for about 2 to 5 minutes. As you can probably hear our one in the back, that's from our last pancake that we have made. Okay, so here are our finished waffles. They look very good. They smell very nice and they're quite warm. So whilst they're still warm, let's make the sort of that design, the sort of way you can prepare them for anything like parties or just for fun as a dessert or as a fun sort of craft. So here we've got some crushed up bourbon biscuits. So you don't have to have these, but we're going to use these. Okay, we've got some cut up strawberries, some chocolate sauce. We've used this brand from Askley's, but they're quite good. And that's sort of what we like. So we've got some vanilla ice cream, and then here are our plates. So we are going to just move some of these waffles off to the side, and then we'll start preparing our first sort of waffle design. So here we're just going to need one waffle for this sort of design. So here we've got our ice cream scoop. We've put this in some hot kettle water. And you might need your parent to do this, as you don't want to get burnt, as you can get really serious burns. So make sure to be really careful when doing this. It sort of makes it easier to get perfect sort of rolls, sort of like circular ice cream. So yeah. So first we're going to get our ice cream and we're sort of just going to try roll it as best as we can. So it's like a circle. Okay, so here's our waffle and we're gonna put it onto a plate. So we're gonna get some strawberries and we're just gonna place them on the side so it has like a nice design like that. Don't place too many, otherwise it sort of gets like too crowded. So maybe like just that much, that should be okay. So next you want to get some chocolate sauce and you want to sort of just spread it as best as you can. So yeah. Make sure not to squeeze too much, otherwise it sort of looks a bit lumpy. Just pretty much a drizzle. And there you go, it looks good. There you go, that's the final result for the first dessert. Alright, so here's our second one. So as you can see, these sides look a lot better than these sides. So we're going to put these sides on the middle. So we're going to make a ice cream sandwich. We're using our waffles. So first, we want to get your ice cream. This doesn't really matter if it's a circle or not. You can like have it a bit wonky. It doesn't really matter. Then you sort of just want to like flat it and try to spread it around. You might want to use a knife. I feel like that can be a lot easier. So you can see I've got a knife and I'm just trying to sort of spread it. The ice cream's a little bit stiff, so it might not spread like very. So I've had a little bit of help as it's a little bit, the ice cream's a bit too stiff. So we're going to put a bit of chocolate sauce onto it. So it doesn't really matter if you do it perfectly, to be honest. Doesn't really matter. So we're just going to sort of try just get a nice drizzle again, hopefully. Okay, that looks good. So we're just going to leave that like that. And we're going to place this on top. There you go. So now we're going to try roll it into our bulb, and so we'll do that now. Okay, so here is our waffle. So we're going to try roll it in our biscuits. So we want to sort of roll it out. So here's our final result. It's sort of giving a Kinder Bueno vibe. So just to give it that little extra sort of topping, we're going to put some more chocolate sauce on top. And we'll add a couple of strawberries. So there you go. I'll put a couple of strawberries just on top. You just need sort of about 3, so I give it that look. There you go. That is the final result. So here we've got 2 waffles. We've stacked them on top of each other. So we're going to make classic sort of waffles. So we've got a butter here. And we're going to put some of this like maple syrup on top. like we've done before, just drizzle it. Cross. And there you go. If you want to put some strawberries on top, you can. So here's our final result. So please like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to share to all your friends. Thank you very much. And also, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We've got channels on there and we explain how to do things. So we have English and also Punjabi. So thank you very much.